Hello, good morning, and welcome to the 6th episode of VspireLab Facebook Live interview series. We at VspireLab aspire to inspire your startup journey and also equip you with the necessary knowledge for you to succeed. Today with us, we have Mr. Khalil from Parrot, who will be talking about Proptech and how it will increase the efficiency of the real estate industry. Without further ado, let's bring in Mr. Khalil to give us a small intro about himself.
Hi guys, my name is Khalil. Alright, I'm the founder of Parrot. Okay, so let me just give you a background on myself in terms of education. I would say that I'm actually a street smart. I started working at a very young age.
Wait, where are you from?
Huh?
Where are you from?
Petaling Jaya.
PJ boy.
Yes, high school Bukit Bintang.
BB.
Yeah, so I started very early in terms of working, where at the age of 18, I ventured into real estate. So for the first 3 years, then from there, after the third year, I went into working with a property developer in terms of sales, and that's when I started to build my interest in terms of marketing, as well leveraging on digital marketing per se as well. So I started interest on that. Then from there, I had the opportunity to be in Cyberjaya to manage my own property development, leading the sales and marketing team for a project gross development value about 250 million. So that was
the project is in Cyberjaya.
Cyberjaya, yeah. Okay. So that was my breakthrough. But looking at the industry, I realized that we are still, in terms of property development, we are still pretty old school in terms of going into digital marketing, everything. So that's when, at one point, I decided to resign, to find myself. Where should I start everything?
Find yourself.
Yeah. And
inside the market, what if it's supposed to be outside of property market?
Yeah, but I was always keen on property market.
Okay.
Because I always had the passion. I started at 18 and I'm already 10 years in the property market.
So who inspired you to join like property side?
Okay, I would say that in terms of...
Because normally like people want to go study first.
You want to know who inspired me?
Who?
Donald Trump.
Okay, he's a good businessman.
Yeah, he's a good businessman. I mean, but of course, I'm not a fan of him now. But he's the one who inspired me in terms of, he's not even focused into property, but in terms of marketing, he get involved in other business. He built his brand in another way.
How he sells his brand, that's like really important.
Yes, it's very important. So he even get involved. You will be surprised. He gets involved in wrestling. At part, he's doing promotion.
Dude, he had a model search, man.
Yes,
a whole line of modeling event.
Yes.
And he bought over the TV company for that.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So what I realized is when I resigned my job in my site, then I was actually temporarily driving Uber as well.
Okay.
All right. So then I realized, okay, I know what I'm going to start. So that's when Property Parrot came in. Yeah. So we established in August last year.
August. So you actually like before that you were still working with someone else?
Yes. No. I was a year between the jobs before I started Property Parrot.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And you like registered, and do you have like, are you working from home, working from office?
Initially was working from home, where actually the issue I had was getting a right partner. You see, youngsters like us, normally we don't have the cash in terms, so we need to get the right partner.
We have the energy.
Yeah, we have the energy, we have the ideas, we have the looks, and everything. So initially was to get the right partner in, and I went to meet with few people, even my ex-clients, my ex-bosses, everybody. Ex. No girlfriends.
Okay.
So I went meet them, sharing my idea, what I want to do, and with God's blessing, I do get a good partner now supporting me and who believes in the idea of what I want to do. So the idea of Property Parrot initially started is actually to go to property developers and even real estate agencies to introduce in terms of digital marketing.
Okay.
Yes, and of course on top of that, I always had the interest of digitalizing and even providing solution for this kind of markets, the developer market and the agent market. So now currently I'm working with a company, a startup as well, which is, we call it Tracker Hero. They are doing actually building management. And so I'm going to work with them in terms of even developing our own property management solution.
So you're bringing the building management system into like residential?
Yes, so we want to go for a mass market kind of industry and marketing for that particular subject. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So like these collaborations, was it hard to initially set foot and make the deals with them?
I mean, talking about per my company per se, what I'm doing, as I told you, digital marketing consultancy, for the first 10 months, it was pretty tough. I mean, when you're meeting up with clients, you say that, hey, you know, I can help you in creating a proper campaign, this and that. But when they're looking at cost, when talking about developer per se, they will ask you, how many sales can I get?
Yes.
These are the issue we face. Because when it comes to digital marketing, it's always a campaign that requires a longer period.
Right.
You can't have it overnight. If you're spending a certain...
You start with awareness.
Yes,
and
everything.
What you can provide.
Yes.
Finally, it's the what you call it, conversion.
Yes, the conversion. The conversion will come in later, but it takes time. I mean, at least you need to have a 3 months buffer, you know, multiple campaign, these kind of things. Then at one point you can see it just move. I mean, a good comparison you say is EcoWorld.
EcoWorld, okay.
EcoWorld, I would say that...
were you doing EcoWorld?
No, I mean,
they are giving an example.
I'm just giving an example. Okay. So they had a proper way of doing campaigns. You don't see they're doing hard selling as well.
Nope.
They don't hard sell.
Actually, it's like a sneak peek at first. The surrounding area, what's around there.
Yes, and what community happening. I would call this as the funnel kind of marketing.
Okay.
Yes, where it's like, you know, you're buying a car.
Funnel.
When nowadays you see the promotion, let's have a test drive. Correct?
Come for a test drive, give
everything.
A free gift.
Yeah, everything. The second round, they call you and, you know, start to follow up.
Actually, the selling point was the free gift.
Yes, free gift. So that's how the way they told this kind of things, everything. So, with God will as well, we are working well. Now I can get some customer coming in, starting to buy the idea. They're trying to support everything.
But don't they think they're late in the game? Like they wait for like so many companies to do it.
That's why the issue why I started up Property Parrot, because I had been in the property industry for 10 years, and I realized that property industry is always the last to start anything new.
It's a very traditional
market. They tend to be like, most of them, I mean, to be open to you, I mean, if you see most of the developers, managements are all 40 and above. Yeah, so that's the thing. So
management is 40 and above. Board of directors 60 and above.
Yes. So these are the thing. So my idea was to introduce focusing on digital marketing. So of course, future if there's any other kind of options or what. Even nowadays, you can even use LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, yes.
Yeah, this kind of marketings. But talking about the property management, which I'm intended to do, initially planned to do it in-house. But I wasn't a tech guy. I had the idea of having a proper solution, providing a community-based kind of solution. So initially, when I tried to work with someone, I mean, it didn't turn out well. So what happened is I managed to find with.
Did they send you?
Not send you. I mean, they say they can, but suddenly they can't do it.
So I do. They promise you the heaven and the earth, lah.
Yes. So what I start to do is I try to work around, meet up a lot of startups. So that's when I try to see around what these companies are doing everything. But I realized the issue with a lot of startups is when it comes to this property sector is the payers would like to have a one pay master to multiple solutions. Example, these are issues, but you can see there's a lot of startups, they come in like, I have a security company system, I have a car park system.
So it's a separate
things, yeah, these are the things. So I managed to find a startup which they are currently Tracker Hero per se. They are actually doing a building management system and they have good contracts. They're doing Cyberview buildings, Magic buildings. So
Cyberview and Magic.
They are reputable in terms of the system. So I'm trying to duplicate it to go into a property management system. So that's current idea for that.
Wow. So it's kind of big leap, right, from a negotiator to a sales and marketer to like trying to be a startup founder, all in the same field.
Yep.
So like your competitors or your friends back then, what do they think of you now? Are you like a changed person? Like, is your point of view on a sale? Last time it used to be, I need to sell this house, I'll make my commissions.
So what happened is, in terms of sales, you see, I don't believe in the idea because we are dealing with Gen Y, people like us, which I would like to describe us like budget bata, but we want the Gucci lifestyle. Do you agree?
Budget bata.
Do you agree?
Budget bata.
No, I mean the budget. I mean we need the services like that kind of services. So we are buying a 200,000 property. We wanted, we want to know A, B, C, D, E, everything. Like we are buying a 1 million property. That's the Gen Y kind of culture. So looking at it, it's no more hard selling for people like us. If you want to sell, you need to educate them. That's a better way. And it's totally a new way of marketing where that's why you're talking about Gen Y, when they know about product, you can't even convince them. They will do the homework by themselves. They'll go online, they'll do their research. And the best part, they don't listen to their parents, they listen to their friends.
I bought a house here, you should buy in my next door house.
So that's how it's called viral.
They'll be best buddies.
Yeah, they'll tag, they'll this. So that's the culture now actually. So I would say that EcoWorld is actually utilizing on that particular target market, how they manage the target market.
Speaking about these young people, right? You see automobile companies has this step-up financing.
Yes.
You pay 200 now for 5 years, for two years, then suddenly you start paying 500 the next. So is there something like that?
At the moment, I would say that under the loan scheme, no. But they do have some developers who are giving flexible payment. That means, example, there's 10% down payment required, right? They do allow the buyers to pay during the construction period in a monthly basis, this kind of thing. So they do have that kind of part. But installment, no.
Installment.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. So speaking about Proptech.
Yeah.
What is it actually about?
Okay, Proptech, I mean, for Malaysia is maybe something new, I would say, to be that, but we call it Prop
But everyone
technology.
is talking, every newspaper, every property magazine is
Yes.
selling Proptech. Is it the right definition, or are they covering the whole scene of it?
They are covering the whole scene, which I would say property technology per se.
Okay.
So the idea of it is how do you leverage in terms of, when you want to buy a property, selling, renting, or even managing your property. Managing,
sell. So
sell,
it's holding
and
all
managing
three.
is quite huge. You can go from your maintenance, your loan, even your payment of your assessment, tax, everything. So these are the things. Quick rent, assessment fee, everything. So these are the things. So it's quite huge. So that's the general part of Proptech. But I would say that Malaysia, we are still quite backdated compared to the current.
Like how many years backdated?
I would say that maybe 10 years. To be general
so
speaking.
when you started being a real estate negotiator, somewhere in the world, someone had already started Proptech.
That time maybe it was still new. A lot. I mean, initially when I think 10 years back, you can find people are starting to use AR and VR already.
Back then itself.
That time, you can see that the AR and VR they started back quite some time back already. I mean, 7 years back, you can see, but it was costly. In Malaysia, it was really costly.
Malaysia, they
it was
already
costly.
had it.
Yeah, it was costly. But now, at the moment, the price are getting cheaper.
Okay.
And even in the construction industry, you see in the US, they start to use drones actually.
For what?
To go and check to, the heights where, when the human needs to climb or what, everything. They use drones to go and check when any rectification, everything. They don't use human to just go and walk there,
Right, you're
so
saving costs.
They're saving costs, so they're using drones. And even apparently that, I saw the video that day, in the construction, they'll have these QR codes where the drone can scan and they will know where's their exact location and they can start to do a 360, repositioning everything. And they based on the QR code, everything, something like that. So I've seen that it's happening in US.
Actually, like the park guard go and like scan his.
Yes.
The drone can actually go and scan. Okay, I'm already here.
I'm already here.
Yeah,
it can be done.
You can actually replace those fellas.
Yeah.
Shit, no. But they can't beat up a MMA fighter coming into your apartment.
Right. It happened in Subang. Actually, my cousin also is MMA. He's in the competition now.
But then they told the guards now got no permit.
These are the issues.
Back to
the topic. Yeah.
Alright. So you're telling that Malaysia is backdated.
It's slightly back in terms of more to managing per se, but we are actually growing in terms of the selling perspective.
Selling
the
side, you're growing.
Marketing side. Okay, like I'm a fan of this startup which is called M-Hub.
M-Hub.
Okay, this they actually allow the consumer where if the developer has a project, they can book online, and immediately there's secrets and CTOS checking.
Secrets and CTOS goes to the developer.
The developer can check by just keying certain details. But of course, you need to get the consent and everything.
Is good enough to own my property?
Yeah, so the developers who can see, this guy, what's the secrets and the CTOS. And I believe these guys could be a future market leader.
It's also fintech also, right?
Yeah. So it's a totally mobile app. Example, if the salesperson, there's 10 salesperson, right? The 10 salesperson on real time, they can just go on mobile and check what's the updated unit, everything.
But that's like a lot of security issues, right? Going
security
into
issues.
Yeah,
but I think it took them 2 years to even work with Bank Negara.
Wow.
So I really am a fan of them. Seriously, I think they are doing something with M-Hub.
Okay.
M-Hub. Then even there's another that is talking about the booking per se, where it's providing convenience. And there's another one. I mean, talking about there's several booking as well. We are talking about mortgage management.
How?
There's a company which is called Tech Up, where it allows Tech App, which actually allows you to manage your mortgage in terms of, in the long run, they will advise you how to reduce your tenure and as well the interest. So it's
pay
like
a little bit more.
How to pay a little bit more, everything, and it's all on mobile.
Wow, okay.
So you can do that as well. So these are the things. And property management, there's multiple in the industry, and VR are coming now. Okay, where that day I went through a test with one of the VRs where actually you can see basically.
VR means virtual reality.
Yeah,
and
virtual
AR
reality
means augmented reality.
Augmented reality, I would say in property industry, it's a bit tough at the moment.
All right,
Yeah.
VR, what's happening right now?
Virtual reality, I mean, like recently there are some companies who are introducing a real show unit perspective, where example, like you're in level 18, you can go to level 18, and you can really feel that height level as actual kind of things, you know. So
scary.
yeah, it's like a real virtual reality. If you're on a condo, you go level 18, you sit down, you can have that feel, you know, when you're there. So it's okay. Yeah.
Wow. So like, what else? Like all this done inside a showroom or what?
It's not, I mean, the showroom, they had the system all in. Then, I mean, you need to use the joystick to move around. And they even have this kind of virtual price list where you can, you know, say, I want to go to this unit, it'll just bring you to this unit, and you can get the idea of the views, everything.
Okay, like
so
the swimming pool facing view.
Yes, everything. So they do have to that level, but of course it's costly at the moment.
Yes, the hardware is really costly.
This hardware is very costly now. So maybe for VR, I would say, for the high-end market, yes.
If someone were to like rent out just the equipment, like a company, and then solely rent it out to property companies, are they called a Proptech?
I would say that for me, I don't think so, because they are selling. They are just the salesmen. Unless they are developing the app, they are managing that. I would say that would be fair to Proptech. There will be more to that.
It's like they hire in-house.
They hire, like you see, there's a lot of international companies nowadays. They hire a local company to do their marketing. Like, just to give you an idea, there's a Singapore startup-based company where you know, now you're doing Airbnb, right?
Right.
So you can, even once someone orders an Airbnb, they will receive a code. You have the lock system where they just need to key in the code.
So you open the house for you.
You open the house for you. So you get, the owner doesn't need to go there physically, to give the key, everything. That is all just based on the PIN.
Wow.
So these are the things. There's a lot.
I think Go-Car works in the same way.
Right.
They unlock the car for you.
Yes. Go-Car similar, but it's happening to the housing. But this is, as I'm aware, it's a Singapore startup base.
Alright.
But as I'm aware, so they did appointed a Malaysian company to do the local sales.
Actually, it makes sense. You know, I'm not here. That's why I'm renting out my house.
Yes.
How do you expect me to go and open the house for you?
Just imagine if you own a house in PD. And you're based here. So you can use that. Of course, you can hire a cleaner or what.
Can't really trust them, bro.
Right.
Okay, so like that's like virtual reality, and then like how else? Like you also said like construction management.
Right.
So will Proptech also cover those kind of things?
Just to give you an idea, I mean, Proptech really boost up, I mean, globally was started in the US market, which is 2015.
You're a Trump guy.
Yeah, Trump guy. So, all right. But then, I mean, later on, China and India starts to adapt to it. And I would say that China and India's technology is way advanced compared to us at the moment.
They just got too many buyers in the market.
Too many buyers, too many users, too many developers, too many lands, especially to say. So they have a lot of things to look at it. So Malaysia, I would say that if you see last year, you might even heard to certain brands are coming out in terms of Proptech solutions. I mean,
what are they doing like?
You know, leasing. You don't need to hire an agent to lease the house.
Like speed rent and all.
Yes, correct.
So advertising, leasing. You can even like go into the house without you now.
Right.
So next I want like someone to pay my TNB bills and water bills.
Correct. And I even heard now there's a real estate agency working on having a solution where you even can sell your property online. But it still came out in the papers recently. But it was been a story for 5 months already.
So like all the legal part, everything is taken care of by
them. Even there's some also, you want to have a tenancy agreement, you can even order it online nowadays.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a startup, I can't recall the name, but there's one, you can do it.
Okay.
You can even order it online.
I know this guy who's doing similar things.
Right.
He's trying to bring it paperless,
Paperless, yeah.
So all the agreements is done via just iPads or tabs. And then the owner gets a copy, you get a copy, it's all like, then you can send it for stamping.
Yes, online signature, I mean, just correct.
But when you're going to sell, right, you need to go and get the land department's titles.
Okay, that's the issue about it. I mean, talking about housing, right, per se, residential, I think, in terms of the sales purchase agreement, is all standardized.
Yes.
So it's nothing to worry. And I don't see there's a really need of you signing at the earliest stage of buying everything. It's only when the agreement you really need the original thing. So it's this earlier part before you sign the agreement, it all can be digitalized.
What do you mean earlier part?
I mean, like, you know, when you're booking the property,
booking fee, 3%
right, everything,
deposit.
Correct, everything. Even like, you know, when you're signing a S&P, which you don't have to go for the title, I believe you can go for online signature, you know, digital signature, everything.
What's that about? Can you like explain to them, like, what do you mean by there's no title?
Okay, when there's a property, there's two ways about it. Okay, some properties, the titles will come in, which is called normally landed properties. You can get the immediate title, strata title, everything, master title, this other thing. So title is the one that governs the property. So what I would say that in between, when you don't have that title, it belongs under the master title, which always owned by the developer.
Yes.
Yeah. So during that period, I would say that it's not really a need where regulation that you need to sign legally. Actually, I mean, it can go
But does
digital.
the bank require that?
Bank requires it, but they always say the soft copy. You don't see them giving us the original copy. You know, we don't. I mean, in the process in the industry, they don't give the original copy to them. It's always a copy. A photocopy or what. So we can go into even digital signature, this kind of things can be introduced. Unless it's a really black and white paper, that is when you need to put a dotted.
Okay. So let's say now you're going to LHDN to get your papers stamped.
Okay.
If it's digital, right, how do you stamp it?
I mean, nowadays, at the moment,
They still print it out and stamp it.
Currently, I'm not sure how the tenancy guys are doing it, but LHDN, I'm aware, is nowadays their system is simple only. They will print it on top of the paper. It's just a small thing. It's not that stamp, that kind of stamp one.
It's just a printed
It's just they put in a machine and just have
so
that
now if
kind
you
of things.
scan it and put it back into your collection like a PDF file, it goes on top of that.
Right.
Okay.
So maybe it can be done because it's a normal agreement. I mean, as long you have a copy, it's there already. It has the record. It can be legalized actually.
So let's say you're selling online.
Okay.
Can you integrate the finances?
As I told you, okay, the guys that I'm working with, I mean not working with, I mean the company that I just mentioned earlier, M-Hub, they do that actually. You can actually link with the bankers at the moment, individual bankers.
So that's the CETA secrets guys.
The CETA secrets is by the system.
Okay.
Right, but they can actually recommend you to the potential bankers.
Okay.
Okay, and I heard they are even working with some banks actually.
Like some banks give you a different margin, like
right.
65%,
So at the moment it's the bankers because I
70%.
think banking side it needs to be on a one-on-one touch at the moment.
Right. Okay.
Because it involves to buyers to compare the right loan for them, whether is it suitable for them for investment, flexi loan, or for own stay. You know, so that's things. So at the moment it's one-on-one, but buying his property I think can be digitalized.
Can be digitalized
Because you only sign S&P when it's 14 days later, 30 days later.
You have, I think, up to 3 months. I think.
Normally by law it's actually 14 days.
14 days. Okay.
By law, but just that some developers are a bit flexible to allow the buyers everything. These are the things. Yeah.
So if it's by law 14 days and you go above that, can they come back and
actually by law it can be terminated. The sales can be terminated. By the developer.
So your booking fee is gone.
Not necessary. That doesn't apply in new properties. Only for sub sales.
Okay.
Sub sales, yes, it burn.
Okay. Let's say something like iProperty, iBelay,
Muda portals.
Are they Proptech?
For me, I would say that they are more classified kind of industry.
Ads lah.
Ads industry, which
but iProperty now has the 360 view. And
they are actually been leveraging on certain, of course, a bit sensitive though. But I heard, they have always been trying with something new of selling other products.
They got acquired by Australian company. I think they have like shitloads of money just lying there to test out things.
Correct. And I know Peter Groove went and go and get iFlix. He was the co-founder of iProperty as well.
So they are willing to try.
They are willing to try. They have been trying certain things, you know, getting the right products, everything once in a while. Yeah.
Even they have 2 apps.
Right.
One is the old view of apps.
Yes.
And one more is the new view, the interactive kind of thing.
But the issue is, I mean, talking about property per se, is that they are okay. It's more for awareness purpose. But in terms of digitalizing it, no. I mean, in terms of how they reaching the customer process or nothing.
They're just using their own existing
system, everything, and there's no solution where the developer can know this customer secrets or what. Nothing. It's just a more of getting lead generators, I believe.
Lead generators, funneling.
Yes, funneling. Yes.
Okay. All right. So you are into PropTech,
right?
On your way.
On my way, yes.
And your company is named Property Parrot.
Yep.
It's named after your parrot.
Yeah, I do have a pet parrot actually. So it was inspired by that.
Okay.
Yes.
Abu, right?
Yeah, the name is Abu.
Aladdin, right?
Inspired by the monkey, from Aladdin. So
why not Jasmine, man?
Yes, it was suspect. I mean, you need to be. It's a male. No, because you know, in Aladdin the cartoon, it was a bit naughty kind of monkey, right? So I was inspired, so I just named it Abu lah.
Okay.
But I thought if I want to have a pet monkey, I would name it Caesar.
After this lah, Caesar. I'll probably name it Cornelius. And Maurice. Koba die lah. Caesar also. Okay. What are you planning to do to cover this whole thing we're talking about?
Alright. Like me, I think I've been talking to developers actually. So other part of that, I do introduce them to startups, which I believe that is doing well, which is can be recommended. But of course, again, as I told you, developers, they are a bit old school.
Okay.
Where involve a lot of education. So that is one thing. And as well, also in my other plans is to educate them into going into the right way of digital marketing.
Don't simply take your money, dump it somewhere.
And sometimes some people think, oh, I can manage Facebook.
Yes.
They think it's easy to manage. He thinks it's easy to manage ads.
No, once someone might have messed up their campaign,
yes,
and now they won't have trust anymore.
It's a branding perspective.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they just allow someone to manage their brand to just go left and right without a proper planning, everything.
So you actually propose like a 3-month plan, what we're going to do for the first month, second month, third month. Okay. So besides that, you also think of integrating all the support services, right?
Yes, like of course I do have our future plan of our property management
where's your, let's say in 3 years or 5 years, where do you see Property Parrot amongst these like big giants?
Okay, I would not say that some people might think that I might be affecting the industry of helping the developer, especially agents or what. But actually, I'm supporting them. I mean, I'm just telling them, hey, you know, you can save a cost on certain things rather than, you know, like you spend 30,000 on this. You know, by Facebook, if you spend 5,000, you can get a similar result.
Right, and you can target your ad.
Target your ad, everything. These are the things. So they are still pretty conventional, where they are relying on those advertising which always been giving result. Right. But Facebook has a lot of opportunity. It's not necessarily direct targeting.
Actually, they don't have to move on. They can just take a small budget from that.
Yes. And try it out, and you can reach to people that you never reached before.
Right.
That's the advantage. In case I want to go and do to get awareness in Sabah, I can do it.
Right.
Yeah, so these are the things.
It's like in Facebook ads, there's like find similar audience.
Yes.
And then you target it to like this location.
Right.
So like Facebook's AI is going real crazy, right?
And they are changing their system is up to date time
because
to time.
They are really seeing the revenue model coming from ads.
Yes, they are changing. Yes.
So like let's say you're saying just now that's like every services you have to pay separately.
Correct. Yeah.
Like a parking management,
right.
Or a cleaners and all.
Yes.
So will you help solve those kind of things?
That is actually what I'm looking at, where you know I can go in future, where if I can work with several startups, you know, I'm going to go to developers per se.
Okay.
They said, hey, you know, if you work with me, from day one of your start of construction till the completion is all taken care. In terms of
what if you go into the planning stage? Now
planning stage, yeah.
Because construction sudah tamat ready.
At the moment construction, of course the tech is not ready yet at the moment. It's more on the buying stage, booking stage, till the completion, property management stage.
So these are just now we are discussing like it's part of project management.
Yes.
Your planning stage itself, you implement Proptech
earlier,
as a part of it.
It's part of the budget, should be part. The developer should at least consider, you know, to have a budget in their property development project.
How much would you think? Less than 1%?
At least, I think you can do it less than 1%.
Less than 1%.
Definitely you can do less.
For a developer, that's like nothing.
Yeah, but
give discounts like 5%.
Yeah, you just have a budget 1%. You know, just like look at investing into Proptech, where you can even study yourself in leveraging certain industry. But my resistance was mostly on trying to work with estate agencies because they are pretty worried that their market will be spoiled.
Are they like scared like you're going to steal their jobs, take out their food?
That I think that it can be like this taxi kind of situation. But actually, what I believe is we should involve
Grab
together.
and Uber kind of.
Yes, the kind of things, this kind of things.
But they have to adapt, right?
They have to adapt. I mean, either we need to work smart. That's the thing, because things keep on changing.
Like if your solution is going to save time and money,
everything. Yeah.
Why not look into it
by using it?
You know, previously you were selling like you had like 10 houses under you.
Yeah.
Now you could probably spend the same amount of time and maybe take care of 20-30 houses.
Yes, correct.
So like, yeah, it's like
these are the things. So I mean, try to adopt it. I mean, of course, there are a lot of competitors coming in. So just think positively.
Right.
Yeah, just think it positively and take it as a new challenge for you to how to market yourself, everything. Yeah. But I do work with agencies. There's 2 agencies that are currently supporting me, where I do train them on FB, marketing campaigns, everything. So I'm working slowly with agencies as well. But it's a bit hard to penetrate their market.
they're kind of close.
Yeah, they're kind of close. But developers slowly, my first 10 months was a bit tough, telling them, hey, this is how to do it. But now it's okay.
But I think if you go to developers, right, they are the one who release it to the agency, right? If you go straight to developers, you got the first point of contact ready.
Yes, but the issue is, as I told you, a bit old school. There are 2 ways.
They are old school.
I mean, I mean, it's a bit sensitive also. Some friends will be saying that also. So, but
they know that.
The issue is that either they want to sell it by just relying on the old platforms of advertising platform, everything, or either they want to appoint agents.
Okay.
But they do. Okay, example like a bit simple. If you're going to appoint an agent, you're going to pay them 2% normally in the market. Why not just try take 1% and try leveraging on Proptech and digital marketing? I tell you, it's going to really help. I believe EcoWorld is doing the same thing. I definitely see EcoWorld, Sunway.
Now they're actually using Proptech to actually sell Malaysian properties or sell Australian properties, New Zealand properties in some other countries.
Okay.
How's that working like?
I mean, at the moment, it's not the local technologies I think they're doing. It's like Australia is in Australia, right? So Australia has that kind of solutions where they can allow transaction of properties, but of course, when it comes to information, it's manual at the moment. That part in Australia, it's auto. I mean, for me, I understand also, right? You want to get approval in terms of getting the title out, anything, right? It's just all online in Australia.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's what I was advised that.
To the lawyers and sign everything.
But US is a bit old school in terms of construction.
They
are still very back advanced, but those who
because US takes care of their labor force.
Labor force, yes.
Like they don't want to let go. Maybe it's because of the votes, but every person takes pride in their work.
Yes, correct.
An auto mechanic, a plumber, electrician, they take pride. They have their records, certificates. So if you take these guys out of the system, they have the unions, man. I tell you, they're gonna go crazy.
Yes.
So by doing that, I think they take care of the environment.
Correct.
But it's in place.
Yep.
Like all the huge buildings there, I think they were running on property management like 10 years ago, 15 years ago already.
Correct.
Tenant management, database, and I used to see like they also like linked it, like you open a profile of a tenant, linked up to their parents.
Yes.
Can they afford to pay this guy's rent if he quits paying my rent?
I believe that if that happens in Malaysia, someone starts to focus on that, it's going to be a huge hit. Definitely. Malaysia, I think no one has focused into that. That means it's a series of tenants.
Yes.
A secret system to manage tenants. They are telling that, okay, this tenant guy
like
is
if a foreigner comes to a local college, they also ask like a proof of bank balance.
Yes.
So I think rentals.
In here, there's no one venture into it, but I think if someone tries to go focus on it, I tell you it's going to be huge.
Okay. So it looks like there's like so much things. Every part of a construction till sales
after
completion
completion
and selling it.
Yes.
I think technology can really help.
Yes.
And make it more efficient, faster, and also save money in the meantime.
Yeah, correct.
So like, what would you like tell our viewers if they want to get into PropTech or into startup or?
I mean, in terms of PropTech, the industry is huge.
Okay.
But you need to understand the market. I mean, the market in terms of the developer, the agents, real estate agencies, everything. Because how do they accept it?
Okay.
Will they take it positively? Will they take it negatively? This I think.
Of course, you're going to have resistance at first.
So it's best of you to really know what's your market want, or what do they really want, or how can you help them. You need to be fair.
Okay.
You can't just go being very pro-consumer, but you're not being fair to the client who's actually paying it. So this is actually the current issues happening in PropTech.
Say somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, be somewhere in the middle, because I realize that everybody is pro to the customer. And end of the day, the developer, when they see the solutions, they will say like, hey, what am I benefiting? You're giving me everything to the customer.
Right.
So you need to be fair. This is the issues actually at the moment.
But there should be a give and take, right?
Give and take, yeah.
You're selling your houses. That's what you wanted initially.
And the paymaster, you need to remember who's the paymaster.
The client, the customer, buyer.
The buyer, but introducing it to the buyer,
That's this guy.
This guy is the developers, the agency, or the property management company. So we need to be a bit on the 50-50 because they are the one doing work for the consumer, customer.
Like you take your payment only after the house is sold lah.
Yes. Correct.
Okay. That'll be like some lega for the developers.
Yes, correct.
If he doesn't do his work, I'm not going to pay him.
Correct.
Alright. So, is that all?
I think, yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
I think other than that, I would say that, I mean, talking about the real estate negotiator part of point of view, just try to be cool. I mean, try not to, if there's any guys, introducing something new, don't go to their Facebook page and spam, this kind of thing. They are making a living.
Are they doing that right now?
Yeah, it's happening. I mean, you saw Speed Rent, right? They started, you saw all how the agents were going in. I mean, they also know the issue. So, try to support. Yeah.
But they're actually making it faster, right? So Speedrun is a place where they advertise houses.
Right.
Owner directly advertises.
Yes.
If I want a house in that area, I go look it up.
Correct.
And the agent fee that's supposed to go 1 month agent fee is split between the owner and the...
Yes.
So that's like a win-win already.
Win-win. It's just that the owners who got a lot of time, I mean, they want to do it by themselves, let them do it. Because some owners, if they don't have the time, they appoint agent.
Yes.
It's a win-win situation. Yeah.
But the agent ends up taking half also lah then.
But I mean, for me, speed rent system, no. But I mean, the agents, when appoint the 1 month kind of thing or the sales things, that's all.
Alright, we have a question here from Pali. Yes. Any government intervention in Proptech? Are they stopping? Are they supporting? Or are they not doing anything at all?
At the moment, I would say the government part sector, they are still pretty, also I would say semi-old school. You find a lot of governments who are actually talking about the subject affordable housing.
Affordable housing?
Yeah, actually till now.
You do something for that also, right?
Yes. So they are just now only starting to go into, like I think Selangor government, they already had Smart Selangor, right? So they are working into, getting into some
part of
their plan. Yeah. But overall, not yet. In terms of the government, actually you see like Rumah Mampu Milik, it can be digitalized. But Selangor government is the only one I'm aware. Prima also. Yeah, but there's a huge market actually.
They can use all this, or are they using?
They are just now starting to, just I would say that want to start to knock doors of all the startups.
Like the balloting.
Yeah.
You can register your interest.
Manual, yes.
And then there's a balloting just automatically.
Yes. So now only they started. There's opportunity. I think they are buying the idea because. In end of the day, you can save costs. Example, a developer can start to sell the property at a lower price of affordable housing because of Proptech. Why is it so? Is that you don't have to spend events. Like example, if you have 1,000 units, maybe in terms of events itself, you're going to spend 1 million in a longer period. Maybe I assume.
Right.
But by investing a Proptech, you save almost like 700,000. This kind of thing on solution. Example, so
one was like PKNS housing.
Yeah.
PPR in BBKL.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's like so many houses empty,
lease management,
and like one of them they are re-rented out.
Yes.
These are supposed to be like for the really low income people. Like how much is it? 400 a month?
Yep.
300.
But I think it will be going on. It'll be good because why? Now the market is changing to Gen Y kind of groups because it used to be always Gen X.
Everyone's carrying a smartphone.
Yeah, so Gen Y, I think this year will be, I think for property buyers, they will be the biggest market for the first time this year in Malaysia, from a reading that I had. All this while, always Gen X was the majority. So, and you find 200,000 of graduates every year. So maybe from now...
Hey, but all of them no job lah. How do you want to buy a house?
No job, but we start up.
Okay. A friend asked, how about tips for those who want to start a startup? Wait, is it related to... Jeremy, is it related to Proptech or is it just a general startup? Okay,
I think you can
just
like me personally speaking, I think you have to prepare of what you're going to face in terms of you want to start startup in terms of your resistance, your challenges, everything.
Don't quit your job first.
Yeah, I mean like me, I quit my job. So I had to drive Uber actually.
You had a car, okay?
I had a car.
So
try to really study what's in the surrounding. Like me, initially I thought, when I go in 2-3 months, I can go, make the money, but it wasn't that reality. So, but of course now it's okay.
Okay, it's general startup.
General, yeah. Okay. So, try to look in terms of your surrounding, of understanding what the products that you want to introduce, understand the strength of it, try to get the idea of its competitors. Of course, you need to know your competitors.
Study your market lah.
You study your market very well.
Do a SWOT analysis.
Yes, of course, and it's good for you to go networking around, meeting other companies to get some ideas, what the challenges are faced. These are the best things actually for you to do lah. Yeah.
So like, many people think they want to start a startup to sell it off. What do you think about that?
I would say that personally, if you really want to look at the overnight kind of bang, unless if you had that kind of fun in terms of marketing, yes, you can do it. The issue is a lot of startups is, another thing I believe that they tend not to pay attention on the word of marketing. Because marketing is not cheap. You want to create awareness. They start up, they always plan, okay, I'm going to develop A, B, C, that's all I want to sell. But when it comes to selling it, creating awareness, they get stuck. Because they tend to go the manual way of,
Because they would have started with one CEO and one programmer.
Yes. So another thing I think is you need to pay attention on marketing. Always have a marketing budget involved. Yeah.
People say your marketing budget is almost half your development cost.
I will tell you, Uber is all going. You see, why those companies especially those companies that you can see explode overnight, their marketing budget is almost similar to their development cost. But most of the mistake they do is that they'll have a 10% marketing budget, 20%. It should be more. You should at least try to go, but of course, hire the right person. I mean, if you don't know how to move on it, hire the right person to guide you accordingly.
But they still no money, how?
So that's I mean, you should try to work a way to find a way to even leverage on marketing, create awareness. Social media is free. You can start by that actually.
Okay. Guys, you have a quiz of the day.
Okay.
As you know, we are going through a series of 8 episodes.
Right.
At the end of 8 episodes, we're gonna choose the winner with the most right answers. So today's question number 6 is, what is the mascot of Property Parrot? I think the name gives it away. Alright. And one more thing here, Facebook showed me something. Today is Khalil's birthday. So yeah, happy birthday, Khalil.
Alright.
How old are you?
28 this year.
And Khalil's got a twin. So
yeah.
It doesn't look like someone who has a twin.
Unidentical.
Unidentical.
Girl and boy.
Yeah.
But some people ask me, hey, do they look the same or not?
Imagine that, like.
Some people ask me, hey, your sister,
male, female, okay? Do they look alike?
Do they look alike?
That goes alive, like. Yes. If she looks like you. Alright. I think, okay guys, next week we're having Mr. Jin Tan, co-founder of Sports Play and Think Big, a venture capitalist. He will be giving his thoughts on what are a venture capitalist's view when thinking of funding a startup. And he'll also be talking on a startup point of view on how to impress them.
Right.
So he's both, he's a venture capitalist, he's a startup founder.
Cool.
So he'll be giving both sides of it. Alright, so don't forget to tune in next week. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Alright.
Alright. You've got music somewhere.
Is it live or what now?
It's going live.
Is it going live?
Because the things are rolling. Birthday to you. Woo! Okay bro. Nice talk.
Nice talk.